Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to October 2022 forecast just for your sign. And I'm going to talk about what I think are the most important things that you need to know about in the sky this month. And in particular, I'm seeing some major expansion of your influence in the area of significant relationship partnerships and reaching your audience, as well as a breaking free of some restriction, constriction, and constraint about things going on in your home, private life to do with land, home, and real estate, whether it's a rental or a property. Things are finally moving forward for you in the month of finally moving forward for you in the month of October. Before I get to all of the details of that sky story, if you're new here, I am Lori Lothian. I am using the coding, scrying tools of Hellenistic and Babylonian ancient astrology to decipher the stories that the sky is telling you about your life. If that kind of stuff interests you, then welcome. If you would like and subscribe, it helps my channel grow. And I am trying to momentize myself past the 10,000 subscribe. 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 subscriber mark. Woo! And I'm only 600 away as I record this on September 19th. Please, if you want to help me, hit the like button and the subscribe button. But I have a contest. And if you make a comment in my videos for this, all of the month of October, you get entered into a contest. And if you like and subscribe as well, and if you sign up for my newsletter, each one of these is a ballot in the draw. And I'm going to draw 10 prizes on October 31st for free readings, half price courses, full discounts, giveaways. I'm going to be giving away the whole store at the end of October as my way of saying thank you for being a part of my world and supporting my channel. All right, let's get going and talk. Oh, and just by the way, rising sign is most accurate. And if you don't know your rising sign, you can figure out how free tutorial in my description box on how to cast your chart in whole sign houses using free online software and discover your rising sign. Sun and moon, secondarily, they can be looked at icing on the cake, right? Secondarily. Okay. Now, here's the thing. And I had someone in my YouTube comments ask me about, oh, my rising sign. I'm like, listen to your rising sign. Of course, it's not going to be as accurate for your sun. Sun astrology is not as accurate as rising sign astrology. Don't ask me why. I'll get on my high horse. All right, Scorpio, here's the deal. You know, you've been going through a time in which this eclipse cycle, the South Node moving to the house of you in earnest since January of 22 and finishing in July of 23. It's nothing less than a energy of releasing, surrendering, letting go, and redefining who you are in the world. And it will change your career, it will change your significant other relationship, it will change where you live, kind of influences everything. And we will also at the same time expand you into a greater reach with audience, client, marketplace, amplifying and up-leveling your relationship to your significant other. My Scorpio sun, rising sun, just proposed to his woman and they're going to be married. You know, take your relationships to the next level, expand them. So this is a story that's ongoing for you, but it does have some part of October that we need to talk about. And this is one of the things, okay? Last year, if you go back and you think about February, June, and December, what was going on in the house of your home, private and domestic life, especially with, you know, regards to maybe property, real estate, leases, buying, selling, what was that whole narrative about? Because you wanted to break free of your home in some way, or break free of the way you lived in your home, or what was going on in your home. Just wanted to break free. Saturn has been going through your fourth house of your home and private life. He's been there in earnest since December of 2020. Oh, he was there a bit in April, May, June, maybe of 2021, but the gist 2020. But I want you to think about this long Saturn transit, which finishes in March, as helping you establish a new foundation for your life, and some of you for your career as well. And it's in your house of where you live. So your home life can feel constrictive, constraining, difficult, and challenging, burdensome, and super responsible. The burden of your rent, the burden of your mortgage, I don't know, something like that, the burden of the neighbors above you making noise. And this burden feeling is about to end in March. But before then, this month, there's some good news. Two things are happening, okay? One is that we're coming to the end of the last grinding tension between the desire to break free of this grinding home tension, maybe with your business partner or love partner or whatever, because that's where Uranus is. And there's a last energy here. From the first 2 weeks of October, you feel a return of some of the tension you last felt in December, but you also felt last June, and you also felt last February. It's one long story. And then on October the 18th, that begins to wane. And good news, Saturn in the house of home, real estate, domestic and private life, legacy, wealth, inheritances, is going to move forward and move out of this kind of restrictive feeling. And you're going to start to feel some kind of sober-minded relief and able-minded hope and a sense of breaking free, but it's breaking free slowly. It's not all at once. It's kind of like, but you can see the new direction where you can break free of this restriction energy regarding your home, where you live, legacy, wealth, inheritance, monies, mother stories, whatever. All right. And how you feel about who you live with and where you live. All right. That's good news for you guys. So you're changing that up, and that feels very auspicious. There are some direct motion planets that are positively affecting you after being retrograde. One of them is Mercury on October 2nd, moving direct at 24 Libra in the house of great gains from your career, friendships, large friendship groups and circles. Okay, things like that. So first of all, because Mercury is marketing, merchandising and selling, if you are in a field in which you do that kind of thing, when he goes forward, your momentum goes up, and you may get some great bonuses and rewards and awards through your work, through your career, from things you're able to sell, or where you're able to move the masses even with your message, with Mercury moving forward at 24 degrees of Virgo on October 2nd. Now, he will be in Virgo until around the 10th of September. 9th, 10th of September. And so this is where there's a lot of that momentum. And then he moves into your 12th house. And this is kind of secret backroom deals and negotiations or dreams at night. Now pay attention, October 10th to the end of October for some powerful insights that can come to you through meditation, through reverie, through dreams at night, through hypnosis, if you're into that, but through alternate understanding ways, or news and messages about people in your life that are hidden from your view normally, like you don't see much, but mostly it's your inner process space, The other thing about direct motion planets is Pluto is going out of months-long retrogradation into direct motion, and he's going to do that in your 3rd house. Now, this can give you some new power and momentum October 8th onward regarding your relationship with your siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, the way you operate in your local neighborhood environment, the way you're able to power up things to do with learning and teaching, skills-based learning, skills-based teaching, things to do with powering up your online presence, your website, things like that. So you're getting big, and trips and travel as well. Big expansion energy going forward, more momentum, more power to you in this part of your sky after October the 8th. And because this Pluto is powering up in a trine energy to Mercury in your 11th, I mean, you could also get some trips off the ground with friends, mobilize some kind of messaging, a Mercury marketing thing to through the online world. These are areas that Scorpio really open up. And if you're a writer, because writing is a 3rd house, this is really good for you. This is a time, October 8th onward, especially with Mercury, October 8th to the 10th in your 11th house, where you could get some really good momentum for writing projects, especially through friends and allies who are supporting what you're doing. And they may email you, say, I want to promote you. I want to share your blog. I want to send your book off to the publisher. Okay. What else? Full moon in Aries. Yeah, full moon in Aries is happening on the 9th of October, 16 degrees of Aries. Big deal in the sense that it's a fullness of your work life, your health life, your debts. You could see that things that were happening in the first 2 weeks of April when there was a new moon there are actually coming to bloom and blossom now and be clearly big energy. So sometimes this can look like an ability to pay off a debt because of things you started in April and now you're done with that debt, or debts are relieved. This could also be an energy of a health challenge coming to a resolution. This could be an energy of a workspace challenge coming to a full completion, and that's over. No more challenges there. Things are starting to flow for you, Scorpios, regarding those parts of your sky. If you always wanted to get a pet and you've been delaying, a full moon here is time to get your pet. It all works out. You maybe planted the seed by hiring a breeder in April, because this is a house of pets as well. So, small four-leggeds and small animals that you can put in your house. Okay, that kind of thing is happening for you. Also, there's some squares going on in the sky. Mars will square Neptune on October 10th, 11th, 12th this month, and then November 20th, and then next March around the 12th. 3 parts of one story. Mars, the god of decisions, momentum, passion, new directions. endings, cutting in your 8th house of inheritances, spousal shared resources, alimony, palimony, money that belongs to you and your business partner, investment monies. Okay, Mars is in this part of your sky, August 20th, all the way to next March, 3rd week of March of 23. Now, this square energy, because it has 3 passes because of the retrograde one in November on the 20th, is one story in 3 parts. He's squaring Neptune. He's going to cut away where you've had some illusions and delusions. Most likely, Mars is pretty like, let's get this cleaned up. About love, romance, children, pregnancy, creativity. Okay. If there have been fantasies that aren't sustainable in that area or independent business enterprise, especially regarding money, because Mercury's in a money house, it's going to be sort of sorted out. Let's say that as Mars clears the fog and lifts the veil so you can see what's really going to go on here, what you really need. Okay. So an example would be you're dating somebody and they're telling you they're vastly wealthy. Well, you spend all your money on them and then you find out, oh no, secrets. Mars is cutting through the 8th house of secrets. October 10th, November 20th, and next March, the truth is revealed, just making up a story. Venus will square Pluto, the goddess of money and the god of power, the god of secrets and death, and the goddess of money and love are in tension with each other in the sky, October 19th, at 26 degrees of Libra. This isn't the house of secrets anyway, hidden enemies. I don't know. A woman, a female hidden enemy, maybe a secret holding hidden enemy is going to square Pluto, the god of unearthing things, right? So secrets revealed between themes of women who don't have your back and siblings, women who don't have your back and trips and travel, women who don't have your back and the local neighborhood. Just some thoughts. Okay. It's hard to say because sometimes anything that happens in the 12th house is just psychological, spiritual, and it's within you anyway. But you know, I mean, I can make a story like where you had a grudge against a sibling and it was really your problem, not theirs, and they're going to unearth the truth about what's wrong with the situation, which may be you, and then you can reveal to yourself that your sibling's a great person, you know, making it up, but who knows, that kind of thing. And you could take a trip to a foreign land or want to take a trip to a foreign land because of this tension at October 19th. But the problems that are there, you know, there's tension here, are going to maybe show you that that timing is off. Also, moving forward, Venus will go into the heart of the sun, Cazimi, star point, 29 Libra, in the house of your psychological, karmic, self-undoing, the house of your spirituality, really, all the way through to enlightenment. So some Scorpios are having a pickup of this energy, and you may get into a part of your life that's very spiritual, that's going to be emerging for the first time in your life, because Venus hasn't star pointed here in 200 years. So you may be opening up to a new joy and new appreciation around things to do with spirituality and karma, and undoing some of your undoings. By the way, this will undo a lot of karmic baggage, but also self-defeating addictions. And so Venus coming into this part of your sky in a Cazimi on the 22nd, it's not fully available perhaps until the very first week of December when she's visible again, but she's trying to unroll something that's going to be evident to you by next August and in play until the fall of 2026. It's a big deal. Yeah. There is an eclipse happening at 2 degrees of Scorpio and Venus is conjunct it. This eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio is happening on October 25th, and it's a part of a larger cycle because it's the house of you, the house of your body, the house of your identity. It's a new moon. It's a new beginning. It's a new beginning in your identity. And this is also connected to an ending or completion in your identity that happened in May of 2022, when there was a full moon eclipse in Scorpio. So particularly early degree Scorpios, the first 10 degrees, sun, moon, and rising, you'll get lots more of a feeling of, you know, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, there's a new you emerging here. And at the same time, you're letting go of the old you because it's a south node energy. But Venus is there to sort of bonify it. What kind of version of you needs Venus support? You know, what Venus is about: joy, pleasure, creativity, artistry, love, money. And as she's in the middle of this eclipse energy, right there beside it, you might have these parts of you finding new beginnings as well. And so that eclipse October 25th will unfold over 6 months. And there'll be another video all about that eclipse on my channel later on. So if you want to dive in deeper, it's important for you Scorpios of all signs. What else? Then two things. Your ruler Mars will move retrograde on October 30th, and he's going to retrograde October 30th to January 12th in Gemini. This is that money house that doesn't belong to you. So inheritance is spousal money, inheritance is bank loans, mortgages. So you're going to go back over, like you try to get a mortgage, you couldn't, now you're going to go back and try to redo it. The inheritance was going to come, but it didn't. Now you go back and try to get it. Your spousal alimony, palimony is going to go back and try to, get more of it. Or there could be renegings on some of those things as well. But Mars will retrograde in that part of your sky. Yeah, a long time, right? October 30th. Until January 12th. Okay, get ready for that. Not a good time for speculative investments, risky investments, unless you're buying a stock of some sort that you've already owned before and are adding more to it. That could work. Yeah. Okay, and lastly, Jupiter will move retrograde into Pisces October 28th, and it'll be there until December 20th. This is a movement into the house of babies and children. If you wanted to have a baby, your spouse wanted to have a baby, or your partner, the one with the uterus, this is a fertility transit. So the last two times that Jupiter was here, it was kind of like, I think, May, June, and July of 2021. And then again, late December 17th or so of 2021 to May 10th of 22. And now he's back for the last pass, October 28th to December 20th. So if you are a late degree Scorpio with your sign, sun, moon arising, and let's say 20 to 29 Scorpio, this is your time to get pregnant, or your partner's time to get pregnant, or your turn for a big love story for single Scorpios to come on into your life, or for the love you currently have to blossom and the sexuality in that relationship to pick up and the fun, play, and joy and pleasure to increase. Also good for your children that exist. It brings them more luck and more joy and more goodness and lucky breaks as well. And if you have your own business like I do, this is entrepreneurial house, things begin to flourish and take off. But again, especially for the late degree Scorpio people. The early degree Scorpio people had this already, like May, June, July of 21. The mid Scorpio people had this blessing in the fifth house, as I said, December 20th to May 10th, and now May 10th. And now it's time for the late degree Scorpios to get the reward. Thank you for listening, Scorpio. Always want to learn astrology. Time your best life, be your own astrologer. Join my Sky Reader course. Starts October 15th. It's going to be a 9-week course with 1 week off, so 8 lessons, live with me, Facebook group. Check your homework, tag me, intense high touch one-on-one learning for beginner astrologers to time your best life. So take the course if you're into it. Otherwise, big hugs for being here. Like, subscribe, please hit my bell for notifications. And I'm saying goodbye. It's the end of the day here in Vancouver, Canada. And it is sunny, and I want to sit on my balcony before the light is gone completely.